Fishing the Wild West TV with Wes David is brought to you by Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Adventure Destination International. Book your trip of a lifetime with Adventure Destination International in Thompson's Resort, along with Cam Clark Ford, the official vehicle of Fishing the Wild West TV.
Fishing the Wild West. She's getting a little western on the deck. On this week, Fishing the Wild West TV, we're in beautiful British Columbia on the Columbia River, and we're fishing with Graham from Chillbilly Fishing Charters. Graham, I've never fished the Columbia River. It's been a goal of mine. So what can we expect?
Well, I'm going to take you to some of my favorite fishing spots. We're going to target walleye and trout mostly. Occasionally we pick up some other critters along the way, but I'm going to take you to all my favorite spots. We're going to work our way down and just hit every little fishing hole on the way. We're gonna jig, pull some worm harnesses and chuck some lures and hopefully catch some nice rainbows and walleye.
Excellent. We're gonna put a lot of hardware to work on the river system, catching a variety of species.
Just before you guys rolled in, we've had some smoke roll in from the western United States, and we've had a major temperature drop, about 10 to 15 degrees even.
Just overnight.
Just overnight. So
we pulled up in our shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
And we had to put coats on this morning.
Yeah, I know. And sometimes that can, the temperature change can make the fishing a little bit of a challenge, and also just seeing the beautiful country we have here. But
let's touch on that. So we're in one of the most beautiful valleys in British Columbia. Because of the smoke, though, we wish our neighbors to the south all the best. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. But the smoke has moved in, and we're unable to show you some of the breathtaking scenery that's here.
Yeah, some of the fish, hopefully we'll catch some beautiful fish, and I'm hoping that we'll make up for some of the beautiful scenery that we're not going to get to see.
Excellent. Well, let's get after it.
Right on.
You got him?
Yep.
I just had a good hit and lost my worm.
Oh, poor wormy.
Hang on. Excellent.
Right
Good
on.
little walleye.
Whoop.
This is perfect. And it's been, we just got on the water about a half hour ago. So by the time we set up, moved into place, and we had to sift through some walleye. But there he is. Way to go. First one of the morning. We're gonna go for more.
Right on.
I just hit anchor on the boat. We're moving into the trout spot. We bottom bounced into the trout spot. But as I did that, I got a walleye. Not too many places you can rainbow trout and walleye in this, like literally in the same spot. So we're gonna explain to you about these walleye a little bit later. First, we're gonna cast a few Len Thompson, the Dimple series, for rainbow trout. Yeah, little.
Yeah, even the little ones in this river, man, they'll take you into your backing if you're fly fishing. They've got really good cardio here because they're fighting current and
there's a current right here.
Yeah.
I got a little rainbow trout on. I got a dimpled series.
Woo!
He's crazy.
He's got lots of fight left in him.
I can't wait to catch a 10-pounder like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
There you go.
Here, I'll give
That's
you
a
some
really
slack.
nice little healthy rainbow.
Got the hook out. Len Thompson, dimpled series. First little rainbow. Oh, hang on, little fella. We're gonna let you go.
Yeah. Oh, one just jumped right there.
First little rainbow of the morning.
See you later, buddy. Right on, Wes.
Excellent.
Right on.
Perfect. We'll get another.
One just rose right there too. I saw a jumper, so cast at him, see if you can get him.
All I did was turn it off, Graham, so if you get a double header, go for it.
Okay.
Out here in 25 feet of water, you can see the rainbow rapids that we were just fishing. And picked up. Oh, this is just a little guy. We're going for bigger, but it's a start. It's bottom bouncing. A simple night crawler. I just landed that one. I'm just changing out my night crawler.
That's a nicer one.
Graham kept his line in the water. Caught another.
Yeah.
Is he bigger?
A little bit. There we go.
Excellent. And there's some real good ones in here. Like it's nothing to catch 7, 8, 9, 10 pounders. We just got to sift our way through them.
This segment has been brought to you by Steel Shad Lures, any fish, any depth, any season, and Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning is brought to you by Buzz Bomb Tackle, iconic sonic fishing lures, made in North America for over 50 years.
I'm ready with the net.
One. Oh, I'm gonna need the net for this one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Graham's on to a good one. We've been working this area here we've been coming back and forth to it, and it's a good walleye spot.
Oh, here it comes. Looks like a nice one too.
Let me switch you spots.
Sure.
You move that way.
Uh-oh, that might not be a walleye.
I don't know. If it's a sturgeon, we're gonna bring it up because it's an accidental catch. And we're gonna just do it right in the boat. We're not gonna bring it into the boat. The Columbia River is known for white sturgeon, which are protected. And when you're still fishing like we are, it's not uncommon to pick them up. We'll show them to you at the side of the boat, but we won't bring them in. So while Graham fights a sturgeon, we got a flash of it. It is a sturgeon. Like I said, we won't bring him in. I'm gonna finish tying my worm harness so when we're done here, we can carry on walleye fishing. And all we're doing here is a simple 3-ounce weight with a wire harness, and here's the sturgeon. Just take your time, Andrew, and I'll help you. Or, sorry, Graham.
It's okay.
I'll move this net. We're not even gonna put them in the net. We'll just unhook them, barbless hooks. I won't get that 3-pound weight in my head. So you can see him here. We're just gonna unhook them. Okay, so, oh, he went off. So they just pop right out, but you see, we didn't bring them in. We work a lot with the Fraser River Sturgeon Conservation Society with Rick Hansen. And on the Columbia, or on the Fraser, you can bring them in. They have the tagging program, but on the Columbia, it's an accidental catch. Don't even bring them in your boat. Admire them, leave them in the water, pull your hooks, let them go. Oh, I'm gonna need a net on this one, Graham, if you'd be so kind.
You betcha.
Excellent.
Nice one.
Yeah, and he bit, so maybe they're getting more aggressive. Hang on, fella. Get you out of the net. Still not the 4 or 5ers, pounders that we're looking for, but they're beauty walleye.
Rod bent pretty good.
You know you got a gooder when the rod bent.
Yeah.
My son once told me that.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Want to grab the net?
He said he loves it when the rod bends.
There we go.
That's a fat. I'm just gonna.
Look at that, the hook came right out nicely. That's one thing about barbless.
Came out? Both?
Yep.
So what he makes or doesn't have in length, look at how fat he is across the back.
This conservation talk is brought to you by Brian Muir with IA Securities, aligning your financial future so you can spend more time outdoors.
So we're going to talk about why we've been keeping these walleye. Graham, it's a pretty unique situation in Alberta. Well, throughout the western provinces in northern U.S., walleye are very protected, a delicious fish, great game fish. But here on the Columbia River in British Columbia, they're actually an invasive species.
That's correct, Wes. What happened was many years ago in Washington State, they had a stocking program out of Roosevelt Lake, and they had a bunch of nets containing the walleye, and some of the nets accidentally opened up, and the walleye escaped, and they slowly made their way north into our river here, where they've become fairly established now. So
they've come upriver.
Yes, yeah.
They've established, and they have really established.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've caught a variety of age group. We caught from half pounders right up to 5 and 6 pounders. So they're reproducing in the river system. They're abundant. Everywhere you go, you can stop. You can catch rainbow trout and walleye side by side. And the BC's goal is to get them out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think it's ever going to happen. Just seeing how we've caught over 75 to 100 fish before lunch of all sizes. So they want you to keep them. It's actually, instead of a trophy fishery, which you can catch some great fish here, great walleye, it's actually a meat fishery. You're allowed 16 a day, possession of 32. So when we go home, we could have 32 walleye.
Yep.
But please, when you come and book a trip with Chillbillies, make sure you understand the regulations of taking them home or taking them out of the water body, because you can't just fillet them. Read the regulations on how you have to ship them home. From British Columbia's Columbia River, Graham and Chillbilly Sport Fishing Charters, that's this week's Conservation Talk.
This segment has been brought to you by Hooked Magazine, hooked on fishing in the great outdoors, and Lucky Bug Lures. Get hooked on Lucky Bug Lures. Welcome back to Fishing the Wild West TV.
This is a nice rainbow, Graham. I'm going to get you to net them.
You betcha.
They come out from under that tree there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That is a beauty.
Look at that.
And I just put on a steel shad. I don't want to horse them in here.
No, that's a big one.
This is one of Graham's first spots that we come to in the mornings.
Yeah. Oh, he got away. Yeah.
Awesome.
Woo! Look at that, Wes.
My heart. Awesome.
Oh.
That is a beauty.
Oh
We'll get him
man.
out.
Woo!
That hook
That's
should
a
just
that's a nice Columbia River
pop
rainbow.
out. Hang on, fella.
There we go. You got him there. Okay,
Hang on. Oh, good. I think it came out. Look at that beautiful rainbow trout.
and that's yeah.
Like, that is a gorgeous fish. This is a beautiful rainbow trout. Columbia. I smashed it. Columbia rainbow trout. And that's world-class rainbow trout. And you, Graham, you got, I don't know how many spots.
Lots. We chuck lures, we fly fish. And
So you got some spots that are named, some that are numbered.
yeah.
So, and Graham does that on your drift boat or with your drift boat.
Yes, yeah.
So you can, if you're a fly fisherman, you can book through Graham and Chillbilly Fishing Charters, or you can cast Len Thompson's or
Yep.
whatever lure Graham recommends.
I recommend Len Thompson's.
I'm going to throw another steel shad and then back it up
Yeah.
with a Len Thompson.
There you go, right on.
Graham's on now. You just watch me release that beautiful rainbow trout. Graham made 2 casts. Now he's on. Well, you're casting out into walleye country out there.
Yeah, I was kind of trying to go for a walleye actually. And this rainbow got in the way.
Let me come on your left.
You betcha.
Man, and these are some of the strongest rainbow trout I've ever caught.
Yeah, they have really good cardio.
I'll say.
There he comes. That's a nice one too. Not quite as nice as yours, Wes, but
Oh my God, they're beautiful. Look at that. Len Thompson. Is that your Chillbilly Len Thompson?
no, that's
a dimpled
That's
series.
a dimpled series, the red dimpled series. That's one of my go-to lures.
Beauty.
Beauty.
I'm holding your fish. I'm sorry, but
It's okay. It's okay.
that's a beauty. And that's what Graham's clients catch every day with them.
See you later.
Away he goes.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
That's 2 casts, 2 rainbows.
Yeah, it's on.
Excellent.
This Gear Talk is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here.
Okay, let's talk about what we use here on the Columbia River with Chillbilly Fishing Charters. But first, when you book with Graham, ask him on the phone or through email, whatever. He'll guide you in the right direction to what you should bring. He wants you to catch fish. This week with walleye was just a simple worm harness. I had the slow death on here. We used a bunch of the Big Sky jigs pre-tied with the double hook. Simple bottom bouncing, rock structure, shorelines. But what was unique to me or different was the heavy weights, a 3-ounce bottom bouncer weight, and that was just to deal with the current. And again, any walleye fishing, even here on the river system, bottom contact was key. So pulling a heavy weight around was key, and it even wore on you throughout the day. Variety of bottom bouncers. Then when we moved to trout species, well known is the Len Thompson lure. One of my favorite spoons or Len Thompson lures is the number 2. But here we were using the number 11 dimpled series. This is in the brown trout series. We have a variety of them. Cast those into current, wherever Graham told us to cast, we usually hooked up on a fish. But this was my favorite, quickly become my confidence bait. But here on the Columbia River, they all had to be single barbless hooks. So this comes with a treble hook. We switched it out to a single hook, and then simply take your pliers, pinch the barb. I give it a few rolls like that, which breaks down the barb, and now I'm barbless. So when you book a trip here on the Columbia River, make sure you have a pocket full of Len Thompson dimpled series and the original series. That's this week's Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's Gear Talk. I'm gonna get back to casting for rainbows.
This segment has been brought to you by Len Thompson Lures, Canadian made for over 90 years, and Rock Guard, protect your investment. This segment is brought to you by Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust, and Tourism Saskatchewan. Start planning your visit today.
So the walleye, this is what we're fishing. Fast current. You'd think we'd be fishing, well, we can fish rainbow trout here, but the walleye are stacked in, current coming this way, they're stacked in behind these rocks. And our lures come over top, our worm rig come over top, drop into the protection of that slack water where those walleye are holding, bang. And Graham has hundreds and hundreds of these spots along the river. I just had nibbles here too. Okay, I'm gonna hit anchor. I gotta reel up real quick. Okay. I just had a bite. I bet you I don't have a worm on. River walleye on the Columbia River. Ooh, hang on.
Yeah.
In Castlegar, British Columbia. Oh, he's little.
Well,
That's all right.
yeah.
I'm gonna go fishing. You do.
Yeah, that's a fish taco right there.
Right on that rock. It's off the graph now, but there's a great big boulder under there, and it was showing fish just stacked on it on the slack side of the rock. So they're taking a break out of the current. And just seconds ago off camera, Graham was casting for rainbow trout up there. So there's very few fisheries where you can catch walleye, rainbow trout in the same
Yeah.
boat length.
Same cast sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Man, these are right where walleye are supposed to be. He's a little smaller, but we're gonna go back for more. Way out there. I got a lot of line out. Hang on, Graham.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll reel in.
I got a lot of line out. But we come over that ledge, 30-foot ledge, or out of 23 feet, dropped right into 30, and that's where he was holding.
Right on.
Excited that the boat's staying. So we got probably 5 different current directions here. You can see a rough water over there. You get slack in here. I think this little guy made me work for a little walleye, but it's still a lot of fun. Well, that was my last walleye. Graham, we've had an incredible trip here. To be honest, you can see the smoke behind us, so we were faced with some tough conditions. The night we rolled in, booked into the Sandman Hotel, The next morning we woke up to winds out of the south. Our neighbors to the south of us in Oregon, California, Washington, they're in extreme wildfire conditions right now. So this came over, dropped the temperature probably 15
degrees probably.
So it was a severe drop. But you still put us on a lot of fish.
Yep.
And Graham, I must admit, your community here in Castlegar is second to none. You're guiding. I mean, Graham's got to go now. He's picking up clients at the hotel or meeting them there.
Yep.
And he's going guiding tomorrow. But he took 2 days out of his schedule to take us fishing. But your community, from the Lion's Head to the Humble Bee. What are the
Humble Bean?
Humble Bean. Yeah, Humble Bean. The Tail Out, which is greatly conservation minded.
Yes,
Tail Out Brewery.
yeah.
Been incredible. And thank you for taking the time to
Thanks for
fish
coming.
with us. But if you want to book a trip of a lifetime for rainbow trout and a meat, what would you call it, Graham?
It's
for
a
the walleye?
meat fishery. We come here, you go camping, you catch walleye, you bring them to your camp, and you cook them, and you eat them, and you hang out and feed on walleye while you're here, and then you bring a bunch home too, and you're helping our river by doing that.
You check your regulations, but currently the walleye regulations are 16 walleye per day, possession of 2 limit, so 32.
Yeah. And that's per person.
Wow. So, come for some great rainbow trout fishing and a meat fest of walleye.
Yep.
Thank you, Graham.
Yeah, thank you too.
We'll get you back
You're
to the
welcome.
dock.
Right on.
That's this week's episode of Fishing the Wild West TV from Castlegar, British Columbia on the beautiful Columbia River. Follow us on social media and follow us through Hooked Magazine. I'm your host, Wes David, Fishing the Wild West TV. Excuse me. We're just stopped for lunch having pastries and coffee from Humble Bee.
Humble Bean.
Man, they're delicious. So we set the jigs out, and this little guy interrupted my pastry. If you want great coffee, great fishing, and pastries like Grandma used to make, go to Humble Bean Pastries when you're in Castlegar.
Follow us on social media or at fishingthewildwesttv.com.